tagged you.
Great. Yeah, I can maybe jump on that now, but I don't want to. We'll start
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a little intro.
yeah. No worries. Yeah, I
Yeah.
already put it. So I already put the link. So we're good. Good
Okay.
to see you here, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, man. I'm great. Just living the dream. It's getting a little warmer here. What's it like in California?
Oh, right now we have a big storm, so we have a lot of rain,
Oh,
a lot
really?
of flooding,
Oh,
a lot of
gee,
flooding,
that
a
could
lot
make
of stuff going on. So
waves or something. So we've been meaning to do this for a while. We wanted to jump live on YouTube. We're really, I mean, probably not as well as you're doing. Just starting to curate our YouTube channel more and build an audience there, and just provide a lot more content. And
yeah,
this is part of that. And one of the things I take a lot of pride, Lieber Fitness and David and all of us working so hard to make sure that people
hey
get.
Mark.
Yep, yep.
Um, I don't know if there's a delay. Do you hear that on the audio?
I can hear you fine. Is there a delay on my side?
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe it's just on my side. I'm hearing you talking and you're not talking. Do you have another device logged in right now?
No, but there is another phone in here. My son's on watching us, so maybe I'll ask him to make sure his mic's off.
Okay. As long as it's coming in fine with you,
Yeah,
um, we're good.
I'm good.
It's really throwing me off. I
Let me see what I can do.
can't
Yes,
really.
I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay, how are we now, Frank?
Yeah,
Yeah, are we okay or no? Still a delay.
it's it's still a delay. I don't know what's going on. If it's I think we're good.
Okay,
Are you good?
I'm fine with
Okay,
you.
we're good.
All right.
Man,
Welcome to the chat. Oh my goodness. Well, we have people commenting. Is how's the delay with my voice? Is it okay or?
yeah, it's not matching. You're not saying anything, but then like it just I don't know what it is. It's weird. It's just we start talking and then it continues the conversation of the previous what we're doing. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Mark, let me try. Can we try relinking again? And like, what's going, guys? How are you guys doing? Oh man.
All right, Frank, are we good?
Let's see here. Can you listen to me?
I can hear you just fine. Yep.
Okay, I think we fixed it.
All right.
But let's go ahead and get this started really quick. I know you were talking about something. What were you saying? I couldn't.
Yeah, all good. No, I was just saying that I'm excited and anxious to do this. We wanted to really, work a little closer with all our affiliates and you specifically, just getting more great content out for everyone. And this is a nice introduction to, what we do and who we are, and an opportunity to answer any questions and get people to know us a little better and get started on their fitness journey. So I'm excited.
Nice. It's still happening, Mark, but am I coming in fine with you?
Yep, you are. Yep,
Okay. All right. I'll just deal with it. As long as you hear me fine, I'm sure everyone else is able to hear me fine.
yep,
For me, I'm just hearing you talking and it just keeps going and it's just, there's an overlay, but I'm fine as long as you can hear me fine and
yep.
everyone else is fine. Um, I'll just deal with that. But there was a few things that we wanted to talk about, right? And one of the things was hybrid training, right? Combining both calisthenics and body weight training. You know, it's a
Absolutely.
marriage that works really well. You know, I do implement a lot of weight training with it as well because you know it works really well. They complement each other really well as far as mixing the two between weight training and calisthenics. The benefits that I've seen is that it's helped me with like regular gym exercises like squats, benching, deadlifts, and stuff that I don't really do. But because I do incorporate a lot of pull-ups, push-ups, a lot of core specific body weight exercises, it really allows me to really work my muscles deeper. So it builds a lot of strength, endurance, muscle endurance, so I'm able to keep going, and I feel like the muscle fibers are more connected, more developed, and at a deeper level. I'm sure you probably agree, and it really translates into the gym. So when I go train with my friends, for example, I'm sure you probably get this too. Is like I go through their workouts, and I can keep going, and then there's a point where they just tap out. They tap out. They can't do it anymore. They just, I guess, their muscles are tapped out. But I could keep going, and that's one of the benefits that I've seen with body weight training and weight training mixed into one is that you build a really solid foundation if you do both. Because you really don't lose it, right? You don't really lose the muscles. Obviously, if you stop training, they deflate a little bit, but the muscle fibers are there and they're strong, and you're able to recruit that strength when needed, right?
Yeah, I agree. I come from the opposite end of the spectrum. I started with weight, and now I'm doing a lot more calisthenics. And I was just last night lifting some weights, and it's been a while, and I've never felt stronger. So a lot of the stuff that I'm trying to do that you can already do has really, really taken me to another level. And when I teach equalizer courses, I think that a lot of strength coaches and trainers and even just fitness enthusiasts are sleeping on calisthenics. It is going to enhance their weight training huge.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The good thing about the body weight training and the tools that we use, the P bars and the equalizers, that it really allows you to hit different angles and different exercises with the exercises, right? Because of the grip. For example, like the parallettes, right? For example, perfect example, the parallettes. You're able to use that neutral grip, for push-ups that you could maneuver. So
Yeah.
it's easier on the wrist. It's a quick turn. You start hitting different parts of your chest, your triceps, your biceps, and it really also gives you a more depth in your push-ups and some of the exercises too, like handstand practice and handstand push-ups, pike push-ups. It just gives you more depth and it gives you more flexibility with grip placements that just doing a regular exercise on the floor doesn't do, right? So because of that, it just allows you to just work even more deeper into those muscle fibers that we do with these exercises that if you didn't have these tools you wouldn't be able to enjoy.
Yeah, I'm smiling the whole time because lately I've really been taking this journey through a proper push up where, like you said, used to do it on the floor, a little hard on the wrist. And then with the parallettes, getting a deep stretch and squeezing. And then at the top, hollow back, which I was never used to before. And really leaning forward, almost like in a planche type position. And just these little tweaks and changes have just. Um, uh, they've taken my push-ups to a whole nother level. So if I did the old style push-ups, a little bounce off the ground and quick and everything, I could probably kick out triple what I used to because I'm doing them slow, controlled, more depth, more squeeze, more forward lean. Like everything about calisthenics push-ups have just completely changed the way I think about them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I love about the P bars, that it gives you, flexibility to do that. It's just those micro adjustments, when especially people who have injuries or they have problems with certain grips, right? Those micro adjustments with the P bars, is a game changer, and really, taking up the training to a different, sometimes, people could go for years just doing push-ups. And sometimes a certain type of push-up, they never really feel it, right? Because there's some imbalance somewhere. But when you're able to use the P bars and you just tweak it just a little bit, find the right spot, you're gonna be able to enjoy the benefits that you should be, getting with body weight training. Because sometimes people get discouraged with body weight training, right? Because to be honest with you, body weight training is technically harder. Yeah, it's you're not lifting any weights, but it's harder in a way because they're honest exercises. You could either do them or you can't, right? And there's always assistance or there's resistance, but they're really hard if you're not able to do it. And for a lot of people, where they don't have these type of tools and they just rely on the floor, it could be really hard for them because, like I said, that there might be some injuries or some imbalances that they don't know how to fix. But with the P bars, you're able to really, make those micro adjustments to really fix it. So you're really engaging the muscles that you should be engaging when you're doing these exercises. So for that reason, it's one of the things that makes the P bar so useful for anyone who's doing calisthenics. And it's also translates into really muscle building and really engaging those muscles to really build that endurance and strength for it.
Yeah, yeah. When you were talking about the use of the P bars to help someone, I was just thinking about how useful they are for clients. So literally grabbing the P bars or the equalizers, just the act of grabbing activates the scapula, makes the person feel stronger.
Mhm.
So really get them into a more muscle connection rather than just passively be on the floor with a little bit of impingement in the wrist. We're gripping, we're squeezing strong. We instantly have this connection to the push up. And then if you want to take it from, yes, I'm training someone how to do push ups, but I want to take it to the next level with athletes. Like you said, you can focus on a little bit of upper chest, lower chest, some movement, some off balance training, a little more through the core, the intercostals and the obliques. Like you can literally take a push up and make it useful for so many different things. It's we could literally talk about an hour about push ups.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those, like I said, obviously I've been doing these for over 12, 13 years with P bars and equalizers. So there's always something you see like, and there's always something new that people are creating with these P bars and equalizers. There's always, we're always learning different, even new movements that we could do, new regressions, new resistance that we could add. Just before we keep going, Mark, I just want to, everyone who's here, thanks for coming in. I appreciate all the support you guys here. For those of you guys that still don't know Mark, this is Marc Lebert. He's the co-founder. He's the founder of the Lebert Fitness. EQs and P bars, the ones that you see me wear all the time, and I use them all the time with my training, my programs. Those are the EQs. He's the owner. So if you guys have any questions for him specifically about anything as far as with the EQs, feel free to ask right here. Or if you have any questions for me or for both of us, while we continue our conversation, that's what we're here for. So to answer any questions that you guys might have. But today we wanted just to do a really quick live to talk about the benefits of using the P bars, like what we already talked about right now when we mentioned, and hybrid training, with weight training, how they work really well. And before I forget, Mark, I wanted to touch base as far as like the hybrid training and how to start. Because a lot of times, people who are just doing weights, they don't really know what to do. They'll just do some push-ups here, there are some pull-ups, and they're not sure how to incorporate the body weight training into their already existing weight training.
Right.
And vice versa. People would just do body weight training. What exercises should I do, right? So my rule of thumb is always, if you really want to really maximize your hybrid style training, is concentrate, at least in the beginning, push and pull. So do a push and pull. So select, if you're doing, for example, if you're doing a chest, if you're doing chest gym day, If you're doing chest gym day, then you could do supersets with body weight back. So you could go heavy. You could really challenge yourself on the chest um, workout, and then you could superset that with body weight back exercises. So you're still able to have be strong with your full workout. The gym exercises won't take away from your strength for your body weight exercise when you do them. So I would personally superset a chest and back, and you could switch off. You could do a weight gym exercises, and you could superset into body weight back.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You could do that with a chest and bicep body weight. It might be a little bit easier because it's a smaller muscle. Same thing with the back gym with the chest body weight. It's push and pull. Just think about push and pull. Pick a push, and then pick a pull with the different styles of training, and that's the best way to go. As far as a leg day, I typically like to do more weight stuff. So more squats, more stuff like that. And then with that one, it's different. That one you can mix it all together. Just make sure that you do the heavier compound movements first, and then do your whatever you do, hamstring curls or anything like that, calf raises at the end. What do you think, Mark?
Excellent points, and I agree 100%. Push, pull, squat are the primary movements. Of course, you can add hinge and lunge and rotation of that, but those are the keys. If you're confused, a lot of people starting out, they might have a little bit of paralysis by overanalysis. Pick a push, pick a pull, pick a squat. You can do it all the same workout, or you can focus on upper body and legs, like you were saying, which is great too. Gives you a little more energy for each. Both are fine. In terms of putting the pull and the push together, or the body weight and the weights together. Prime example, had a client this morning, got on the incline dumbbell press. He was working on getting up to 80-pound dumbbells. So he's a big, strong guy. So we're doing 75s. We did 5 sets of about 6 reps. So that's his real like strength phase. And then we go into finisher equalizer push-ups. And then we did 5 sets to failure, close to failure, because I'm not a believer in always going to failure. Depends on the exercise, and that's a whole nother discussion. But that was kind of our mix this morning of body weight and weights. And then in the weight room, then on the turf side of the gym, we did chin ups and equalizer rows. And and one arm rows. I like to do a little more back uh, pulling than pushing. Usually, 2/3 kind of thing. A third back and 2/3 of pulling. So that's kind of how I like to structure it.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great method of attack, and also it's good to have also some full body days where you could just throw in a full body circuit. Those are also good. Maybe once a week to really shock everything, get
Yeah,
everything going. But that's the best way to do it, and don't be shy. I say this a lot, especially when I train with people, and I'm training there in person. Is like with body weight, don't be shy with your reps either. It's like I could tell you to do, 15 reps, really good form, but you'll be surprised at what you're capable of. There's a reason why I'm here today, and I was able to get to this level. It's not because I stuck to the, you know, 15 reps, 12 reps, 20, even 25 reps for that matter. Is like really challenge yourself when you start to get really strong and things become really easy with good form, keep going. You'll be surprised. I mean, I could tell you numbers that I do. You probably won't believe me, but for example, like push-ups, right? Um, I'm at the point now where I do minimum 500 push-ups for a workout, and that's not the workout. That's just part of it. That's a fraction of it. And it's because for me, I like to keep that strength endurance for my push-ups, and it just helps me overall with my core strength and stability. Same with the push-ups. Uh, if you want to increase your reps with your push-ups or your pull-ups, you just got to do more of it. And I understand it might be hard at first. You're trying to reach a certain number like 10 or 15, but don't. It's really easy to get comfortable and just do your sets like, okay, 15, like, yeah, I felt good and I knocked them out. But don't ever get comfortable. Just do more. Try to like, okay, I'm gonna shoot for 20. I'm gonna shoot for 30, and I'm gonna see if I could do 50 in 5 minutes, or really push yourself. Don't be shy. With these challenges that I put out sometimes with the time, how many you do push-ups and how many reps, and really push yourself and challenge yourself, because it's one thing to really just train body weight, but it's another thing to really push yourself past a plateau that really takes it up a notch and really takes you to places that you probably never thought you could. A lot of military people train this way, and Mark, I did some Navy SEAL training for like a day last year, I think.
Oh, nice.
And there was people all over from different aspects. And what I realized, that to me, I was already obviously in really good shape, right? But they don't really care how good you are. They want to reach, they want to get every ounce of juice out of you. So these guys are, at some point, they were like on their knees doing their push-ups after a few hours of training, and they were okay with it. But the moment I went on my knees, because I was doing already so many push-ups, they saw that and they just put the hose on me. They're just like, no, I know you can do more. Everyone's on their knees, but they knew that I could do more. They just pushed it. So that's when I really realized, like, wow, like the body is capable of just so much, and it's all in your mind.
Oh,
What you could do. It's you can really just push yourself and push yourself, and just when you think you're tired, you just keep going. So I just want to add that really quick thing. Just when with body weight, don't be shy, especially at the end. When you're like at the end, it's perfect time to, like, for example, when you do burnouts, right?
yeah.
It's a perfect time to really push yourself to beat your PRs, to increase your reps and your numbers.
Well, the saying, exceptional effort brings exceptional results, and it doesn't have to be the entire workout for people just starting out. Maybe one or two sets during the workout, they push themselves more than they're used to. Then they realize they can do that. They get confident. They start adding in a little bit more. So you're always trying every workout to get a little bit better. So yeah, great point, Frank. And a lot of times when we're training, we're a little bit we get comfortable, and it's really, and it doesn't have to be all the time, but getting out of that comfort zone. Like, how many push-ups did you say you do every workout?
Yeah, 500. 500. And there's a method to it. It sounds kind of daunting. It's kind of hard, but it's really not. I'm like I I'm at 200 push-ups first 5 minutes of the workout. That's how fast I go through it.
Oh, wow.
First 5 minutes of my workout, I'm already done 200 push-ups. And then I go into my other training. What I do, if I do bench press, dumbbell presses, and I start throwing in the rest of them.
Yeah.
But don't be shy with the push-ups. And the P bars is a perfect way to throw in different variations. I use them all the time, guys, with elevated push-ups, decline push-ups, underhand push-ups. The beauty of the P bars, I can't stress this enough, is that you're able to micro um, change the grips on it. And you're able to have more control, like Mark was saying earlier. Just having that control, just grabbing and holding those bars instead of just being on the ground, is a really good way to really just engage all your muscles correctly, get a deeper depth stretch into your exercises.
Yeah, 100%. And you can mix it up with other tools too. So rather than just use the P bars and equalizers, today I was using. I had a little circuit going with a client. We did slams, med ball slams with rope, with sled, with body weight. So a little bit of everything. And it was a full body day with a lot of movement geared towards some athletics. And yeah, so you can add lots of different things. I mean, I'm sure you, one of the things that really a big eye opener for me, and it was because when I met you a long time ago, Frank. Earlier, you were saying how we're always seeing people do new things with the equalizers, which just warms my heart because I came up with the product for fitness. And then the first time I met you, you get on there and started doing some calisthenic stuff. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? And that just opened my eyes to a whole nother possibility, a realm of fitness possibilities. And so, yeah, trying different things. So for me, really the key is consistency, intensity, owning the basics, and then adding some variety. And that's my favorite part, is the variety part. So I'll go in, I'll grind, do the basics. I have to do the basics, but then add some variety. Makes life interesting.
Yeah, the variety is what makes these so special. Like you mentioned, just um, when you add the element of the P bars and you add resistance, like the resistance bands, for example, not only do you get more added resistance with the bands, for example, if you want to do resisted push-ups, but you also, you have the increased depth, you have the increased resistance, so you're able to honestly, Mark, there's exercises that I do on the P bars and EQ bars that I could technically do on like say like machines
Yeah.
that it doesn't feel the same. It just I can't do it anymore. It's just the muscle connection with the bands and the P bars and EQs is just so much more superior for my body development. As far as like really making it functional for me. With the machines, it's just I don't get that feeling. I just don't feel superhuman, right? I just don't feel like it's really challenging me. You could always add weight in the machine. You could always add weight to the machines, and you could always do that, but it's not enough to really challenge and push your body. It's you're really just building your an outer shell of your muscle, right? With body weight training, what we do with the P bars and the resistance bands, it just goes much more deeper than that. And not to talk bad about weight training, like we said earlier, like we do both, right? But it's always good to do both, and we always encourage it. Body weight training and weight training, they complement each other actually really well. It's like a match made in heaven. It just works really good. You really get that outer muscle build with the deeper muscle fibers that you do with calisthenics to allow to really get you a stronger core, and not only that, but it's just more functional. You just feel more functional to do things when you're out and about. you
One
know um,
100% more functional. I have a good story about that, but just to reiterate on your point, I think that you know obviously we love body weight training, we love weights, we love a lot of different modalities, but I honestly think, and if anybody gets anything out of this, go back to some body weight training, because when I train coaches with equalizers, they all come into the course thinking, okay, I'm learn a couple moves, and they all leave going, oh my god, I forgot how challenging, for example, I've never tried a tuck planche, and then they can't do it, and these are like guys that are like so strong, and then if you had a gymnast in class, they'd have no problem doing it. So um, don't sleep on the body weight, put it in your routine, and just watch your bench go up, watch all your PRs go up. It's like you said, it's deep. It's not just the peripheral muscle goes down deep through the fascia into the bones. It's a different feel. My shoulder and core strength has never been better, from when I started doing even just adding a little bit of calisthenics. So absolutely 100%. In terms of functional, I remember one time training with a guy. He was a jujitsu guy, and I didn't know anything about it, so I took a class with him. We're doing push-ups, and the idea at the top of the push-up is try to push your partner over. And I
yeah.
was weight training, and he was 150 pounds and knocking me all over the place. I'm like, okay, there's a little more to just push. I don't have functional strength. I'm really good in just straight up and down, but I'm not good in, single arm. I'm not good in my core. I'm not good at movement with the push-ups. So that really changed the way I looked at push-ups as well.
Yeah, exactly. With body weight training, it's just you have more control of your body, every inch from your head to your toes. Everything is more controlled. And that's a perfect example when you're playing that game. It's like, that guy, that does training, like he had control, from his head to toe. So he's able to like you're able to be more off balance. And honestly, too, like I feel like it saved me from injuries too. How
Yeah.
many times, how many times have we like kind of like missed a step or slipped a little bit? But if it wasn't for our core strength being so hard that I'm able to like stumble but catch myself, if I was not training body weight and really have full control of my body, I feel like I probably like fallen a lot of times. Actually, the other day, 2 days ago, I was walking down the stairs right here in my house. I didn't turn on the lights, right? It was dark. I just,
Yeah.
walking like barefoot, just walking downstairs, no lights, and I missed a step. I missed a step. So I literally start going down. Like I would have fallen. I really would have fallen, but my body would it's just has so much control that I was able to like recompose myself even after stumbling a few steps, and I didn't even fall. I was like, wow, I could have really probably ended up in the hospital, but my core development is just so everything just turns on like that when it's just in danger. Like if I fall, whatever, like I catch myself, and that's happened a few times. I don't know if it's happened to you.
Yeah, your awareness. Well, here with the ice and snow, you have to train
Yeah.
like that. Your balance. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. It could save your life. Yeah, it could save your life one day. You never know.
It literally could save your life. I don't know if you saw a couple weeks ago, I had the equalizers down on the side and just practicing agility. And I was walking through and I said, this is one of the most important exercises for me personally, because my brother and myself, who are both trainers, used to say to my mom, here's the exercises we want you to do, but for God's sake, stop shuffling. When you get older, you shuffle. Older
Yeah.
people, I just wanted to practice lifting her knees up, moving laterally. We gave her a few exercises, but at the end of the day, she didn't do much of that, and she ended up falling and breaking her hip. So it's a really personal, and she died in the hospital. So a really personal exercise for me. I can't even do it without thinking about her. So it's
Uh,
so that we keep our ability to move our body functionally and safely and effectively and with some strength and with some awareness. Um, to that point, do you know Robert Rock Hard Papa?
yeah. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
so
just here too.
oh, yeah, he sent a message. A few people had sent messages, for us to talk about things, and he asked if we would talk about as you age, because he has friends that say, "Oh, I'm too old to train." Meanwhile, he's 72 and trains with like a 95-year-old. So
Yeah.
you
I
want to?
use him. Yeah, I use Robert like a lot of times as an example. And I even mentioned Robert, how he's, whenever I think about like, oh, it's hard, or like what's gonna happen when I get older, immediately like he comes into my mind. I use him, me personally, also as inspiration. When I see him, it's like, and I always use him a lot as reference. Like, no, like people gives me, people that start excuses like I'm too old, like, I'm 30, is it too late? People honestly think that 30 is too late to start body weight training, right? Can you believe that? It's crazy. Even 40, 50 is like, and I always use them. I
55. Five.
Right? You're a perfect example too, and I like that. I like using you guys as inspiration, and I like being myself as inspiration. I'm not, you know, I'm I use it as motivation to keep going, because it's true. It's like, movement, body weight training is really close to, or there's no such thing as a fountain of youth, right? But if you want to find a way to really stay younger longer and enjoy your life and improve your quality of life longer, is one thing. Yeah, nutrition, you got to make sure you put quality food into your body, but you also have to move. If you don't have muscle, your muscle as you age doesn't want to stay on you. It just doesn't. You just don't want to move. But if you keep moving, if you keep doing body weight training, which is functional, and you eat healthy, it's the best way to stay looking younger and longer. And just I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm not afraid of old age. Right. We're not afraid of old age. We welcome it, because like we know that as long as we stay healthy, as far as with what we eat and how we train, we're gonna be like Robert over here, just like doing all these things, and being inspiration.
That is definitely the goal. So shout out to Robert. I can't even comment on his post without putting legend. I always have to put the hashtag legend. You know, there is no fountain of youth magic pill, but the closest thing we have is fitness. Cardiovascular training, strength training is the
Yeah.
key to longevity. And all the biomarkers for aging, all the biomarkers are affected positively, and all cause mortality affected positively by simply strength training. It's the magic
Mhm.
of increasing your longevity, your resilience from disease, everything from heart disease to stroke to cancer. I mean, literally,
Mhm.
make no sense people aren't addressing it on a regular basis. And to your point, am I too young to get started? I always say you're too or too old to get started. You're too old not to do it.
Yeah,
30
exactly.
matter. Start today, because as what is it now? It's February. We'll look back on this a year from now and go, wow, where'd that year go? So start today. So keep it simple. My son
Yeah.
gym with me, and he worked out yesterday and today he's getting on a routine because I'm like talking to him about what's important. Why do you brush your teeth? Well, because I know it's good for me, and you got in the habit of doing it. And let's start to do the same with fitness. Doesn't have to be a formal hour, just do a little bit every day. And I'm going to tell him 500 push-ups every day.
Yeah, it's all good. We could all, we all take our time to reach that level. But
Yeah.
yeah, one thing with fitness is it also teaches you discipline, right? It also teaches you discipline. It helps with self confidence. It really changes you, and not just just physically, spiritually and emotionally. I know it did for me. As far as for the reason why I started training is because I felt like I was just out of shape, and I just felt my confidence was really low. And for me, that's what helped me the most. It kind of transformed my life to give me more confidence, and everything else just comes full circle. Everything comes together. You start feeling better. You have more energy. You sleep better. You look better. You have more confidence, and it gives you confidence to do other things in life. Sometimes it gives you like a spark to like maybe start a business, right? To like um, it just does that. People who work out and take care of their bodies, they're more motivated in general. They're more motivated to do more stuff. They don't feel like they're just stuck and just like, I guess I'm just gonna stay here and work here at this job, right?
Yeah.
When you start training and you start, taking care of your body, it opens you up to be like, wow, I could really do this. Why not me? Why can't I open my business? Why can't I hustle? I feel like I have more energy. Why can't I do it? Right. So I feel like it's not just physically, it also emotionally, and it just gives you more confidence. It gives you more um, um, motivation just to do other stuff in your life, to conquer other things. And you're a light to other people. You motivate other people to like want to be like, wow, this guy is like, he's just different. There's something about this person. He's just different, right? And if they see that, they see your lifestyle, they're gonna you're gonna motivate them to like um take care of their bodies, transform themselves, and start training themselves so they can start feeling better. And I've seen that I feel blessed to be able to. I've seen that firsthand with so many people that I've been able to transform, and not just with their bodies, but they've been able to create their own businesses. The way they are, they just more they talk to me about it, how they just it changed their life. And for me, that's the biggest reward, is to be able to change someone's quality of life, to have more ambition,
Yeah.
to do more, and it's just it's a gift that uh, us as trainers, that's like our number one goal, is it's not just to get them in shape, but to also make them feel better about themselves, to for them to just like improve their quality of life in every aspect.
Yeah, you're right. It literally affects every aspect of our lives. Once you get a little more fit, stronger, confident, you're going to attack everything else with a little more vigor. Your relationships can change. Energy just brings more energy, right? So it's. I think a lot of people think they're always kind of staying still. They're doing the same thing, but you're either spiraling down. I can say the word, or you're moving up. You're never staying put. So day to day, you'll start to make those little changes and start to move in a direction that's a little more positive in terms of, you know, I think sometimes as well, people want to, they just don't know where to start, or they don't think they can. And a lot of it is self talk and visualization. And so, what I like to teach people here at the gym is, um, and a lot of people have very strong fitness self images. They see themselves as fit, they see themselves as strong, and they see themselves as, capable and all those things. But if they don't, it's also a good idea to start there as well. Start thinking about yourself, even though you're not doing it. Start thinking about yourself as Frank Medrano. Start thinking about yourself as someone that's doing these things already, because the thoughts and the actions work better together.
Yeah. Yeah, just like what Mike right here says about look better, looks are subjective, and it's true. It should be how you want to look, what you want to do, whatever your goal is. If you
Yeah.
want to just lose weight, if you want to build muscle, if you want to look a certain way, but some people don't want to look like me. Some people don't want to look like you, Mark. Some people don't want to be huge. Some people don't want to be. Everyone has their own goal, how they want to function and how they want to look. So yeah, looks are very subjective. You got to kind of focus on you,
Yeah,
on what makes you feel good about yourself. When you look in the mirror, um, something that you're proud of. Who cares what other people say about your progress of like, oh, like doesn't look like you train, or oh, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you're too big, you're too small. Doesn't really matter. What matters is how you feel about yourself. That's the most important thing. So when we talk about looks, we're talking about eventually what your goal is. When you're training, everyone has a certain goal as far as like what size they want to be, and what makes them comfortable. Because when you start talking about looks, with bodybuilding, especially, you know, uh, some people just want to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, but some people they can't maintain that. They have to eat a certain way for certain long, so it might not be convenient for that type of person. But some people they just want to be in shape. They just want to feel good, and they want that certain look. So whatever gives you confidence, that's what your goal should be.
yeah, 100%. You can go down, a lot of different rabbit holes in terms of how people see themselves, and sometimes there's body dysmorphia in our industry, and that's something that is complicated and needs to be addressed. But for the most part, like you said, you do fitness for the love of yourself and getting yourself a little stronger and a little better, and that helps every area of life. So. Um, and I also think you have to love yourself the way you are, because then you're going to want to do the right things. So it's a bit of everything's a paradox with this stuff.
Yeah.
You feed off each other. And the key is to, not one day, but day one. Start today. If you're watching this video, just go and do a few push ups.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And a good thing for it to be sustainable too, as far as like with training, is don't go too crazy as far as like extreme dieting, unrealistic meal plans. That yeah, it might get you results for like a month or whatever, but because the meal plan is so unrealistic that it's not going to be sustainable. So you want to find something that's sustainable. Find the healthy foods that you enjoy eating, and don't do too crazy with the deficits or the increasing caloric calories. Find something sustainable. For me, the most important thing, yeah, it's nutrition, making sure that you're eating healthy, the right foods. But the training has to be consistent. You need to be consistent. You need to have the intensity of it. It's okay if you're a beginner and it's hard for you to increase your intensity, but you got to push yourself, so you increase your cardiovascular health, get your heart rate going. Having a healthy cardiovascular health is really important. So you got to make sure that you're really pushing yourself and eating a sustained diet, right, Mark?
Oh, 100%. Consistency, I think, in the beginning is far more important than intensity. So get out every day. Sometimes when people come to the gym, they're asking, can I work out every day? And the answer is absolutely yes. Let's say you're sore, and rest and recovery and nutrition is all very important, and you need days off at times. But can you work out every day? Well, I grew up on a farm. There was farm work to do,
Yes.
but you did it. You're baling hay and you're doing all the work that has to be done. So all we're doing is moving our body. So don't look at it as I can't exercise every day. You absolutely can. Let's say it's you walk every morning for 5 miles, and in the evenings you do boot camp. Absolutely. As long as it's supported with proper nutrition and proper rest and recovery, absolutely you can. Now stay consistent, and then eventually what you're doing is preparing your body to really start to increase the intensity. So after a few weeks of being consistent, and now we just turn up the heat a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You just turn it into a habit. After you do it, like you said, for a good amount of time, your body is just like it's just automatic. It just happens, and like you said, it's just after that, that's when you start to like increasing the intensity. Doing things different. But yeah, you could work out every day, like you were saying. Just like the factors, just making sure your nutrition is on point, your rest, your sleep, drinking enough water,
Yeah.
all those factors. Stress, make sure everything is controlled. If as long as you're in a controlled environment, you could train, 5, 6 days a week, even 7 if you want to do like active recovery days. But the minimum I would recommend, if you want to see, decent results fairly quickly, I'd recommend you train 3 times a week. Um, do your best. Obviously, some people are really busy, they can only train maybe the weekends twice. I mean, that's a start too, but you want to get to at least 3 times a week, with a good program to make sure that you see the benefits sooner rather than later. And then from there, if you could increase it to 4 or 5, that's ideal. For me personally, I'm at 6 right now, and I feel like for me, that's where like it's usually at. Sometimes 5, but mostly 6. For me, 7 was more so in the beginning when I was really hardcore, and I wasn't married and have kids and stuff, and I'm able to. But once you have more responsibilities, it's like you gotta want to maximize your time. So for me personally, I'm a busy person. I'm lucky enough to get 5, so that's why I usually get, and sometimes 6.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't have to be a full hour, hour and a half. Some
Yeah,
days
no.
time. Some of my best workouts ever were when I was pressed for time and I knew I had to get a lot done in a short amount of time, and you know, um, push yourself a little harder. So yeah, get them in when you can. You're certainly it's not going to hurt you any to do more than 3, but I think anything less than 3, if you're looking to start to change your body, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah. Everyone here too, if you guys, once we get off, if you guys have any other questions, that you were thinking that you didn't put out, just feel free to send Mark or myself a message, a DM. We'll make sure to um, get back to you. Also, I haven't gone live here, so I'm sure we could leave this video up, right? And then maybe they could just keep commenting.
I think
And
that David, yeah, and I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully, and then that way they can always jump on here
yeah,
and
that way you guys have any more questions, any suggestions here in this video, if you guys watching later on, any things that you want to see, like any type of workouts or any suggestions of videos, feel free to leave a comment here or send us a message, and then we'll work on that content for you guys, or any other ideas or any questions in general about the equipment. Like I said, the EQs and the P bars are, you see me use them all the time. We've been using these for years, and we talked about a little bit of the benefits, but we could do more videos on that, and we'll show you on what you could do as far as regressions and adding more variety into your training. The EQs right there. I'm going to put the link on this video here too, if you guys want to check them out, so you guys get a discount. The link will be in the description here. Just click on it if you don't have them yet and you want to try them out. You want to see what the fuss is about. Again, we've been using these for years and years. I base my training programs a lot on these, and I'll continue to make workouts on these. So if you guys want to really challenge yourself and really get some really awesome and variety type of workouts, make sure to check the link in the description and you get a discount on those.
yeah, and if you don't know, we have Frank Medrano's signature series equalizers and parallettes, just because we've had such a long-standing and great relationship with Frank, and we really love the fact that our tool is being used and promoted by him because we believe in simple and very effective and efficient training, and this tool fits all the bills along with other stuff. We do have a 28-day program as well. I know Frank's got a bunch of programs. We have an equalizer program for free that you can follow. So week 1, week 2, week 3, it progressively gets harder. So there's that for you. And and make sure you buy genuine equalizers. These when I launched this product ago, we were the only ones, but now a lot of people are making really cheap copies. So make sure you go to Frank's page and buy the genuines from Frank.
Yeah, there's a lot of knockouts out there, and trust me, guys, that these EQs are built to last. I've had them for years, and they're the perfect grip. We have different heights. We got the signature ones, like you mentioned. Not only that, but there's also resistance bands if you need resistance bands, and also the hit system. There's other pieces of equipment that you can check out. Just check the website there on the link in the description, and you'll see for yourself if you're in need of more diverse equipment for your workouts. Definitely right there, you get a discount there. And don't forget, just comment down below also any YouTube ideas that you want to see as far as workouts or any other specific questions, don't be shy, ask them here or send us a message.
That's awesome, Frank.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cool. All right, Mark. It was really great catching up and talking to you right here. We got to do this more often.
Can't wait.
Yeah, also, I should have probably started this whole video and I'm going to end it with it, but be on the lookout, guys. I have some videos coming up really soon. I'm going to be releasing them every week, once a week, this coming month, on the series that I'm doing with Lebert Fitness with Mark here. Using the equipment, the benefits of it, and how I incorporate them. For example, like hybrid training, how I incorporate some exercises using the P-bars and the gym exercises. So be on the lookout starting next week, first video, and every week afterwards, I'm going to have 4 videos releasing once a week. Just be on the lookout. Probably be on Friday. Every Friday, starting next Friday, and really cool content. But if you have any other ideas, feel free to comment down here below, guys. And Mark, thanks again for joining me today. Looking forward to more lives, having more conversations with you, and creating more content.
Next one in California.
For sure. All right, brother. All right, guys. See you guys later.
Guys, bye.
Bye.